Yo, what's going on, guys? Back here with another banger video. And in today's video, I'm going to be explaining why Kyler was wasted potential. And he could have been like a top 6 fighter if he really wanted to. Or if the writers wanted him to be. Before I get into the video, I'm on the road to 1,000 subs. So make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss one of my daily uploads. Also, if you want to join my Discord server, where we talk about all topics involving Cobra Kai, link in the description below. With all that out of the way, let's get right into the video. Alright, so when Kyler's introduced, let's mind that he has no karate experience, and he only knows how to wrestle. So he fights a rusty Johnny who hasn't done karate in 30 years, so obviously it's nowhere near Johnny's, strongest. And obviously it's, Kyler's whole gang, but his whole gang's fodder, none of them know how to fight. And I know Kyler gets whooped in the fight, but I don't want to say he was, kind of keeping up with Johnny, but he was putting a few moves on him. He put him in a chokehold. He slammed him even. I know, obviously, he if it was a 1v1, he would have got dog-walked, but Kyler did not awful. He did all right. But yeah, he obviously got destroyed. But I'm just trying to show that, it's an adult. Obviously, he's rusty, but he didn't get he got dog walked, but it wasn't completely awful. Then when Miguel fights Kyler again, this is a 4v1, and honestly, Kyler did better in this fight against Johnny. I would say he was literally throwing Miguel around. People low-key, underrate Kyler's raw strength. He be throwing people around. Obviously, he lost his fight, and so did all of his goons. But he was low-key throwing Miguel around at the beginning of the fight. The next time we see Kyler fight is in Season 3 against Mitch, and he hits the I understand it now after getting hit in the face. And then he locks in and whoops Mitch. I know Season 3 Mitch isn't special or anything, but he dog walks him. He dog walks Mitch with no karate training, only wrestling. So at this point, I would say he's slightly above a Season 3 Mitch. I mean, not slightly. I would say he's well above a Season 3 Mitch because he didn't really struggle after he got hit once. So yeah, I would say he's well above Season 3 Mitch at this point without any karate training at all. The next fight is obviously against Miguel in the Season 3 finale, and he's just whooping on my boy the entire fight. He's just whooping Miguel the entire fight. And the thing about this Miguel, I know people think, he's the strongest this season because the writer said he was, this generation's Karate Kid. First of all, I want to say, being the Karate Kid doesn't mean you're the strongest. Daniel was clearly the Karate Kid in his own trilogy, and Mike Barnes whooped him. So it doesn't even mean you're the strongest if you're the Karate Kid. Also, people say he got a resolve amp or anything. I think he just locked in. I mean, I guess you can call it a resolve amp or an adrenaline rush. Sure, you can call it that. But in this fight, again, Kyler using his brute strength was just able to throw Miguel around. And this Miguel is basically Season 2 Miguel without all of his physicals. He has the skill of Season 2 Miguel, but just slightly worse physicals, just weaker kicks, weaker punches. But he has the same skills as Season 2 Miguel. So I would say this is a pretty impressive feat, honestly, to keep up with him. Season 4, I think, is easily Kyler's worst season. Because why does he get 1v7 by Robbie? If he was keeping up with a Season 3 Miguel, he's very relative to a Season 3 Miguel, and he gets 1v7 by Robbie? Come on now. I think this season the writers just threw away Kyler's chances of ever becoming a top fighter. Because honestly, I think if people ignore Season 4 Kyler, then he would be in a discussion of top 8 teen students. But since he just gets obliterated by Robbie in this fight, and then also in the Hawk fight in the tournament where Hawk 3-0s him, I think people just lose all their respect for Kyler, and he doesn't get the respect he deserves. And the reason I only say Season 4 is because in Season 5, Kyler actually does well in most of his fights. But Season 5 wasn't all good for Kyler. I mean, he lost to Kenny. If you even want to call this a fight, Like, you can call it not a fight, I guess, and just say Kenny pushed him to the ground. I honestly think Kenny was stronger this season, based on the performances against Hawk, which I'll get to in a second. But, yeah, both these guys beat Hawk. I don't care what y'all say. Both of them are stronger than Hawk this season. I made a whole video on this, my last video I posted yesterday. Kyler was keeping up with Season 5 Hawk, all right? He was keeping up with him, and he was blocking his attacks, and he threw him across a table and then threw him against the wall. And then after that, Dimitri and Hawk had to, like, combo him to take him out. I know there was two of, like, Kyler's goons, but they're fodder. It's basically just Kyler versus Hawk and Dimitri. And he didn't do that bad. He was throwing Hawk around when there was a 1v1. And then by the time Dimitri stepped in, obviously he got obliterated. But, like, I think he would have beaten Hawk if that was a 1v1, personally. So, throughout the seasons, Season 1, he got beaten by everyone. But he was definitely very strong, was throwing Miguel around. In Season 3, he, I would say, pretty easily beat Mitch. And also was extremely relative to Miguel in Season 3. Season 4, I mean, that's just... Can we just ignore that season, please? Because he just got obliterated. 1v7 by Robbie. 3-0'd by Hawk. Like, what is that? Season 5, got beaten by Kenny, but Kenny's low-key strong this season. Y'all low-key underrate Kenny. He's stronger than Hawk this season. Kyler beat Hawk this season. I don't care what y'all say. And, yeah. He had a very good track record, if I were to be honest, because he wasn't a main team. He really wasn't. He was just like a villain. He was almost a background character at that point. But yeah, people low-key underrate Kyler, and if the writers like actually cared about like all their plot lines, like I don't know why they add new characters when they can just develop the characters that don't get that much spotlight, like Kyler. Like, instead of adding Devin, why not just like, I know they had to add Devin because like the female division or whatnot, but like I'd much rather see a good arc about Kyler than Devin or Anthony. Like, I don't care about them. I'd rather see a good arc developing Kyler. Like, it was literally shown in Season 6, Episode 3, where they went to, like, the frat party. Everyone was like, oh, Kyler's, like, not one of their favorite, but I would say, like, a good kid. Like, people actually like Kyler now off just one episode. Imagine what, like, a whole season of development could do for him. But no, they just decided, he's just a villain, and we'll just make him a good guy in one episode. Okay, wasted potential. Comment down below what y'all's opinion on this is. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share, and I will see y'all in the next one.